You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris, brought to you in part by SiouxEmpireJobs.com. And Mr. Dan Farris in the studio now. How you doing, sir?
Hey, raring to go. You know, just stumbling around the prairie looking for truth.
Yeah.
And coming up short. Yeah. What's going on here? Penny Marshall born this day.
Oh, hey,
okay.
She was on Laverne and Shirley.
She was. And I'm just, you know what? To this day, I am a fan of Lenny and Squiggy.
I loved that show. Loved it.
Yeah, me too. Good stuff.
We would be nowhere. We would not have one of the greatest movies ever made without this guy, writer Mario Puzo. His birthday today. He wrote The Godfather.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Also wrote Cotton Club. Guy was something else.
Yeah.
Richard Carpenter. Karen's brother.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
I didn't say that name sounded familiar.
He's 74 today.
Well, happy birthday to you.
And we all are familiar with Michael Jackson, the Michael Jackson story, but what about all those other Jacksons?
Right.
Well, Tito has a birthday today.
He have like
His own deal going on. He just released a new album. He tours with the Jacksons. It's called The Jacksons. I'm not sure who all is involved anymore.
Right.
But Tito is 67.
Nice.
Okay.
Now, is he connected to the tequila? Tito's Tequila, or
I
not
don't
even at all?
believe so, no.
Okay, so for some reason I was thinking that was him too.
Yeah, and I did not know this, but his birth name is Toriano, actually.
Really?
Yeah, Toriano, Toriano. So,
Well, that's cool.
Happy birthday, Tito. You are my favorite Jackson.
I like Tito.
Just like Jimmy was my favorite Osmond.
Really?
Jimmy Osmond.
I could be completely making all of this.
Is there even a Jimmy?
Sure there is. He was the youngest brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was Donnie.
Speaking of that great era in music, and who isn't these days, it was this day, 1977, Debbie Boone's You Light Up My Life hits number one, and that sugary, saccharine little ditty would stay number one for 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thing was huge.
Pretty popular song, yeah.
And I love this story a lot. Abraham Lincoln, adore that guy. Was this day in 1860, little 11-year-old Gracie Bedell writes to Abraham Lincoln telling him to grow a beard.
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
He would actually meet her about a year later in person, rocking a full beard.
Nice.
Isn't that cool?
It's just kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah. But you know what? I think that,
That's
have you seen
adorable.
photos of him without the beard?
Absolutely.
Yeah, he
have.
does look better with a beard, for
Much
sure.
better. Yeah.
She was right.
I think so too.
Thanks, Gracie.
Yeah.
You changed America.
She sure did, Dan.
The face of the penny.
Exactly.
All right. Now, I know, you know, we all know, and man, we can just bust a move here.
We will do it. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by SiouxEmpireJobs.com.
Want to save money? Take the BetterCreditCards.com challenge. It's simple and free, and you could save money every single month. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and see what you get for points or perks. Then go to BetterCreditCards.com to see if they can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. Do it today. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves to wrestle bears and lasso ducks. Run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Top of the morning there, Smalls. Wayne, you're looking good. Heidi.
Ranger Dan.
You know, I've been thinking, and it seems to me I'm the kind of man who deserves to have a woman I don't deserve.
That's me.
Really not sure what that even means. But we crack into a little Ranger Dan fan mail here this morning because it's been a little while and take care of a little business every now and again and, tidy up the old place a little bit. Let's see here. Ranger Dan. First off, love, absolutely love the show.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I ordered your Ranger Dan Ghost Man costume for my son for Halloween. That was a few weeks back. Again, it was just $39.95 plus $12.95 shipping and handling. The thing is, I haven't received it yet. Quite frankly, I'm getting a little bit anxious. Just looking for a little help here. Again, love your show. Critter Corner is amazing. Also, I think you're ruggedly handsome.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
Signed Marguerite Consuela Rodriguez
Lindquist.
Lindquist.
They're all related.
I'm glad you wrote here, Maggie. And here's the thing: I've gotten several letters, as you know, with the big the virus from China. Be careful not to call it the China virus. I upset some people. It's just my vending chain kind of broke down on me for putting these things together, and Lord knows we got hundreds of orders for that great Ranger Dan Ghost Man, and some of them did go out of course, and the fact of the matter is, while the hats and the aviator shades and the Ranger Dan badge are still available, we got short-sheeted, as they say.
Oh.
Got our unsuspecting suppliers, the Wrangler Inn and the Mo Rest Motel up there in the Mo Bridge area. Well, there's a falling out with one of the girls in housekeeping as to who the heck was going to pick up the bar tab, and one thing led to another. But rest assured, Margaret, we have made another connection. Got a great new couple of partners here. And keep in mind those Ranger Dan Ghost Man sheets, which are kind of white, and every one of them is unique, one of a kind. Big thanks going out to the Knights Inn and the Arena Motel right there on Russell. It's amazing what you can get your hands on when you snag a master key off a housekeeping cart sitting there up on the second floor. I'll be watching the mail, that most likely, and probably should get you in time for Halloween. Do keep in mind, if you already made your purchase, I appreciate it. If you haven't yet, you can jump on the Ranger Dan website and get the official Ranger Dan Ghost Man costume, just $39.95 plus $12.95 shipping and handling. And for a limited time, for just $9.95, up your game. Pick up the Ranger Dan taser, and your little trick-or-treater will be able to cash in on all the other little trick-or-treaters' bags and goodies. That's all the time we have this morning, old Radio Rangers. I appreciate you tuning in. Without you, what the heck am I doing here? This is Ranger Dan out. Say it with me.
Yes, sir.
Do you need car insurance? Well, of course, everyone needs car insurance if you want to drive your car. You probably already have insurance somewhere. But is it the right insurance for you? Our friends at InsuranceChicken.com make it pretty easy. They have several big-name insurance companies you've heard of, all in one place to help you find the most affordable insurance that covers all of your needs. It's a great idea, but not such a great name. InsuranceChicken.com. Yeah, I don't get it either. Check it out today and see if they can help you at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com. And it's time right now for Water Cooler Talk, brought to you by ServPro Carpet and Duct Cleaning and Fire and Water Restoration, 213-3303. Mr. Farris in the studio right now.
I love the fact that they're doing carpet and duct cleaning.
Oh, yeah.
Because it isn't every day you're going to have a house or a flood, fire or a flood in your house, right?
Yeah, you don't want that every day.
No, you don't. That should not be an everyday occurrence. Fact of the matter is they're the best in the biz when it comes to that. So imagine just a carpet cleaning and a duct cleaning.
Yeah, simple for them.
And they do it green style, too.
Yeah.
All the
Nice.
chemicals, nothing else. We're talking about getting rid of the pollens, the allergens, the dirt, the debris, and the odors. Serve Pro for a deep clean you can see. Call 213-3303. That's 213-3303. Serve Pro Fire and Water Restoration.
Yeah.
Sweet.
For the good stuff.
Water Cooler Talk. What do we have today?
Oh, that is such a great question, John. It's always, what does Dan have? Put all the pressure on Dan.
Yeah, what do you have, Dan?
Talk about. Make no mistake, it's been another really good booming season for building and things going on in Sioux Falls as far as development and housing and everything else. But ask yourself, what do you think the fastest growing city in South Dakota is these days?
I would guess.
I would say Sioux Falls, but
You would think it, and it kind of depends on how you look at it. Now, are you familiar with Wallet Hub?
Yeah.
Wallet Hub does a lot of these kinds of stories as far as where you live, here's what's going on, and they just published their most recent fastest growing cities in America. Sioux Falls is one of 2 South Dakota cities among the 515 biggest places booming in the country right now. So here's a little info. The Mount Rushmore State's largest city grew 17%. That's us. 17% in the last 10 years.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That is pretty massive. That's pretty good. Now, the only other South Dakota city to make the cut on this particular list is Rapid City, which has seen a 12% population increase in the last 10 years.
See, now I'll bet they don't probably calculate in like Brandon, T, Harrisburg, because if you think of the percentage for them, they've like doubled in size in 10 years.
And I'm glad you brought that up because, again, I said it kind of depends on how you look at this.
Yeah.
So in the past 10 years, the last census 2010 to today, when you just break it down by percentage, Harrisburg has grown 62%.
Yeah.
T 48%. Brandon 20%, and again Sioux Falls just 17%, which is pretty big when you look at.
But it's a bigger city, so
exactly.
It's gonna, it's a lot of people
per capita. But our surrounding communities, which used to be just, and I mean, I can remember 30 years ago.
Oh yeah,
it's like you're going to T. Well, that means you're driving. It was like a road trip. You're now in the country, and here's
not
a couple of houses.
Yeah, not anymore.
It's just like it's all connected.
Yeah, it's booming pretty good. So. Good to see. I just thought that was kind of interesting.
Well, and the thing that all of the communities right around Sioux Falls that are growing, they're growing because Sioux Falls is growing. If they were that same size in a different part of the state, because there's a lot of cities that same size in a different part of the state, they're not growing because they're not in the Sioux Empire. So it's the Sioux Empire that's growing.
Yeah, it's kind of like what's the hub?
Yeah.
Right.
You know, because for so many years, when I first moved here in '87, there was this little town called Brandon.
Oh, yeah. We lived there.
Just kind of spoken of as,
well,
it's kind of a little bedroom community.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't much there.
Right.
A lot going on now.
Is now, absolutely.
Love Brandon. And for folks that are moving to the area, because I've talked to several people who've been moving to this area just in the last year because of other things happening in the country, and those things are not happening here. I think that we're going to see a big growth spurt in the next several years. We've got this Amazon fulfillment place that's going to be built, and how many
that's
jobs?
going to bring
thousands
in
of
people.
jobs.
It's thousands, yeah.
A lot of good stuff going on in the area here, and it's all because of Dan. Thank you, Dan.
Well, when I landed here out of Minneapolis, I didn't tell anyone where I had moved, but apparently somebody got a memo somewhere.
The word got out.
The word did get out. It's all, if you trace it back properly, it all goes back to Dan. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure, John.
Take the credit, man. I've moved places and the population went down. I got the blame for it. All right. Hey, if you are maybe a business is growing and you're looking for people, you can find people. Or if you're people looking for jobs, you can find jobs at SiouxEmpireJobs.com.
Jobs.
Want to save money? Take the BetterCreditCards.com challenge. It's simple and free, and you could save money every single month. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and see what you get for points or perks. Then go to BetterCreditCards.com to see if they can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. Do it today. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Time now for your bright spot of news, brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. They can light up any room. They've got all kinds of beautiful light fixtures. And right now, everything, I shouldn't say everything, but they've got, everything's always awesome, but they've got some lighting right now that's up to 50% off. Stop in and ask them about that at, again, Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. Something kind of cool that's coming up this afternoon. You might have heard about this amazing project. It is the South Dakota State Veterans Cemetery. If you would like to get a little sneak preview of what this is going to look like, there is an event there this afternoon at 4 p.m. And this is the Military and Veteran Affairs Committee for the Sioux Falls Chamber of Commerce. And this is something that we've been invited to, and I believe it is open to the public. And I guess not. Let me look and see. If it's not, I guess now I'm inviting you anyway. I think it's going to be awesome. We're going to head to that this afternoon, 4 p.m., And the location is 25965 477th Avenue. That's kind of a weird address, but it's north of I-229. And I've got like all of the instructions here. If you're interested, reach out, and I'll make sure I help you get to the right place. But this is something that's happening this afternoon. It's a group that meets about once a month. I've been going to these meetings here, I don't know, like the last 6 months, 9 months, something like that. It's an awesome organization. You do not need to be a member of the Chamber of Commerce to be a part of this particular group. But if you'd like to be a part of it, if you'd like to go, and even if you just want to come along and get a tour and kind of see the progress of the South Dakota State Veterans Cemetery, today is the day. This afternoon is the afternoon. Again, it happens at 4 p.m. Now, here are the following important informations for the tour. It says, remember, we will be touring an active construction site, so no open-toed shoes allowed, and pants should be worn. So, don't go without pants. I think what they're trying to say is don't wear shorts. Journey Group will provide everyone with hard hats, reflective vests, and safety glasses. These items are required in order to go on the tour. The tour is going to last about an hour. It'll kind of be a little walk of the site. The first lay of asphalt has been laid, so you shouldn't get too dusty. But again, if you'd like to join us, it is this afternoon. This is such an exciting thing. We were there when they did the groundbreaking. We set up a sound system for everybody to be able to hear when the governor and everybody was doing their speaking, and it was just a really cool event. And we had gotten some video and snapped some photos and threw that on our Facebook page. Again, that was several months ago. It was back in the spring. And now all of the progress that has been done, even if you can't make it out this afternoon, you can still live kind of vicariously through us, because when I'm there, I'm going to make sure I snap some photos, and then we'll throw that on our Facebook page. So if you get a chance and you want to come out and see it, I think it will be really, really kind of a neat thing. And again, it is coming up this afternoon at 4 p.m., and it's the Military and Veteran Affairs Committee is going to be getting together at the South Dakota State Veterans Cemetery location. Again, if you'd like to join me, if you want to get more details on this, reach out. I'll gladly chat with you about it. 605-933-1980 is the number, and I think it's going to be really cool. That is our bright spot of news. This is such a cool thing for the veteran community. I just love this project. And I know that they did a huge fundraiser and they raised a ton of funds, but I believe they're still raising funds. So if you'd like to contribute to this, reach out, and I'll also connect you with the people in charge of that as well. And hopefully we'll see you this afternoon at 4. Thank you for listening to this Bright Spot of News, brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. Do you need car insurance? Well, of course, everyone needs car insurance if you want to drive your car. You probably already have insurance somewhere. But is it the right insurance for you? Our friends at InsuranceChicken.com make it pretty easy. They have several big-name insurance companies you've heard of, all in one place, to help you find the most affordable insurance that covers all of your needs. It's a great idea, but not such a great name. InsuranceChicken.com. Yeah, I don't get it either. Check it out today and see if they can help you at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com. Time right now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Because celebrities are
Fabulous.
Holy cats, this whole pandemic thing. You know, this is something when we did entertainment news up to a year ago.
We're stuck.
About once a week, we'd take a look at the box office receipts.
Oh, yeah, we haven't done that forever.
Well, then we stopped doing it because every theater in the country was shut down.
Well, and when they first reopened, they made literally like dozens of dollars.
Well, that's kind of what I'm getting at, because a number of theaters have now been open for a while, and some movies are still being produced and everything else.
Well,
and this kind of caught my eye. I punched up and went, what's going on? Well, box office favorite Robert De Niro has a brand new movie out.
Yeah, how's that going?
And the cast is pretty darn impressive. I mean, co-starring Uma Thurman.
Yeah.
Christopher Walken is in it.
Love Christopher Walken.
It's called War with Grandpa.
Yeah.
Okay. Tens of millions of dollars to produce.
Yeah.
The thing is on 2,250 screens.
Is it doing okay?
Kind of weird. Worldwide. It's been released worldwide for a little better than a week now, about a week and a half. It's pulled in a whopping about $6 million and some change.
Oh.
Which is nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, for that kind of a cast and that kind of... But, you know, part of that, I think, is the pandemic, and another part of it is his
limited seating in the theaters now because they've got everybody all spaced out.
But I can also tell you, he's come out very critical of our current president, and he's turned off a lot of people on that side of the aisle.
Wait,
that are
but
probably
I
not
have to imagine, even a year and a half ago, this same film.
Yeah.
I'm just guessing.
It would have done much better.
At this point, you're probably looking after a week and a half to release all those screens, probably closer to 20, 25 million bucks.
Yeah.
So, that was just kind of shocking.
Well, I can tell you, I am super excited for things to get back to normal here in a few weeks. So I'm really...
What do you know that we don't?
I'm just saying.
Exactly.
I'm a positive thinking kind of guy. That's what I'm saying. And I'm excited for things to get back to normal, hopefully sooner rather than later.
Okay, right. You just tell me when it's over, John. Tell me when I can come out and play, man.
Exactly.
All right. Is that all you have?
We're done.
I thought that was ample information.
That was plenty. I had
numbers. I had movie stars.
He was holding up a graph, which was kind of pointless on the radio, but it was
God,
nice.
I had a laser pointer.
It's good for us. Well, I just wanted to make sure I didn't cut you off if you had more you wanted to add. So, all right, Dan, thanks for coming in, man.
I guess.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by SiouxEmpireJobs.com.
Want to save money? Take the BetterCreditCards.com challenge. It's simple and free, and you could save money every single month. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and see what you get for points or perks. Then go to BetterCreditCards.com to see if they can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. Do it today. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Thursday, October 15th, 2020. It was another wild day on the market on Wednesday. The major indices began the day with gains after some early reports on third quarter earnings came in better than expected. Comments from Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin put a damper on sentiment. The secretary says a stimulus deal of any form is unlikely to happen before the election. This puts the possibility of a stimulus in a new light, as it means waiting another month for a stimulus that may never come. In other news, earnings from the big banks have been mostly positive, if a bit mixed. Wednesday's news includes a report from Wells Fargo that shows the company is on solid footing, if not positioned to rebound in 2021. By the end of the week, all of the U.S. largest financial institutions will have reported, giving a fairly broad look at the state of the economy. Later this week, reports from Alcoa, Morgan Stanley, and J.B. Hunt Transportation Services may move the market. You can get the inside track in your inbox daily at MarketBeatMinute.com.